Lesha, look, this is our second master plan for development. The project is called Sobha Heartland 2. It consists of a section of villas, 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom, and mansions. And by the way, take note, next to the mansions, in the center, will be the residence of our owner-founder. He will actually live here himself. Just imagine the prestige, the level this community will have. This is a fully gated complex. It has all the infrastructure you could possibly need. In fact, you could even live here without ever having to leave. From here, considering that this is as close as possible to the center, to downtown, to the Burj Khalifa, to Dubai Mall, it's just 10 minutes from here. 10 minutes to Creek Harbor, 14 minutes to Dubai Airport, to the main international airport. This is a prime location, a top location. And here we have 13 towers arranged in a crescent shape. What's the idea behind this? The point is that not a single tower blocks the view. In these Riverside Crescent family towers, all the apartments with views of the community and the lagoons are completely sold out. There is absolutely nothing left. Now, in the latest phases, we have these towers that we've launched. They differ a bit in exterior, interior, and basically in their layouts. And they will be delivered a year later, which is actually a big plus from an investor's perspective because they are handed over in the final phase when the community will already be fully completed. Accordingly, you don't have to wait for the entire complex to be built in order to earn a good high profit from renting or to resell at a higher price. And this is December 2028. We can imagine what downtown Dubai will look like then. By that time, everything here will have developed tremendously. We have absolutely everything you can imagine here. Various types of amenities, sports courts, paddle tennis, volleyball courts, even a skate park, open-air cinemas, children's playgrounds, splash parks, and so on. An outdoor pool, an indoor pool, a clubhouse, a wellness spa, a hammam. Absolutely everything you can imagine. Basically, it's different from Heartland 1. Yes, Heartland 1 is kind of a concept, let's say a rehearsal before Heartland 2. Heartland 2 is the evolution of Heartland 1. It's much more modern, and everything here is thought out down to the smallest detail. And here, most importantly, we have as many as 4 swimming lagoons. These are crystal clear lagoons with beaches and regulated water temperature. And along the lagoons, there will be a stunning promenade with premium retail, which Sobha Realty, as the developer, we don't sell the retail, we manage it ourselves. We take a selective approach to choosing retailers in order to maintain a high standard for this community. Each tower has podium floors as well, with greenery, relaxation areas, large infinity pools, and so on. Landscaping makes up at least 35% of the complex. It's important to note that the landscaping is also managed by us. Sobha Group is a holding company, and the developer Sobha is also responsible for the landscaping. And the enterprise is headed by the owner's daughter. And here, the concept is 4 seasons, with more than 358 species of plants and trees. So, of course, this is a truly magnificent complex. There are simply no analogues to it in Dubai right now, considering the renowned quality, the richness of this community, and the delivery of the project. Basically, the reversal towers will be delivered in December 2027. The new tower will be delivered in December the 28th. The entire community is from a single developer in a unified style without any third-party developers involved. Everything will be ready by that time. That's why this will be a magnificent complex, simply an amazing neighborhood where everyone will want to live. As for prices in the new towers, in the latest phases, 1-bedroom units here start from 1.5 million, up to 1.6 million. 2-bedroom units are 2.8 million dirhams, and 3-bedroom units, 3.7 million. 3.7 million dirhams. What's notable is the very extended installment plan, as long as possible. First of all, the installment structure itself is 60 to 40. We pay 60% during construction and 40% upon receiving the keys. But in addition to that, after the 20% down payment, the next 10% is paid a year later. And the following 10% is paid another year after that. So in total, what we get is that over the first 2 years, or a little more than 2 years, you pay only 44%, including the 4% DLD tax. This is our new project located in the Motor City area. This is a very developed area, very green, and it stands out favorably compared to the nearby locations. Geographically, it is located precisely right in the middle. Let's say between Dubai Marina and the Palm and downtown. We know that Dubai has 2 centers, so you will be situated as conveniently as possible. And as is customary for this developer, we don't build standalone buildings, we create micro-communities. In this case, yes, you could call it a micro-community because here, the podium level, basically the entire podium, all your amenities are raised to the level of the 3rd floor. Here you have everything you could want, everything you need, restaurants, retail areas, cafes, and yes, sports courts. The next level has at least 14 sports courts. Then there's a huge pool with a children's splash park, a sandy beach, and lots of greenery, as well as numerous sports courts and entertainment zones. Again, there will be retail and commercial spaces, which we are not selling, and the same goes along the towers. So you will be living surrounded by 7 towers. Some towers are taller, some are shorter. They all have different layouts and so on. But of course, complexes like these, which form a micro-community, naturally attract more people than standalone towers. The community itself, as we mentioned, is very well developed in terms of infrastructure. There are GEMS network schools, huge supermarkets like Waitrose and Partners, Spinneys and so on, as well as plenty of cafes and restaurants. There's even an official BMW dealer, AGMC, right in the Motor City area. Why is that? Of course, it's thanks to the Autodrome, which is the hallmark of this area, and it is precisely what attracts people who invest in this area, and thanks to whom it is developing in terms of pricing. It's very important to note here that there is virtually no competition in this area because there are very few new buildings. Accordingly, with a 1-bedroom price under $1 million from the developer Sobha Realty, it really seems like a very good option. The payment plan is 60-40 again, 60% during construction, 40% upon completion. When you get the keys, the 1.5-bedroom units start from $1,100,000 to $1,200,000. Moreover, in these 1.5-bedroom units, the additional room even has a window. 2-bedroom units start from $1,900,000. Alexi, and of course, this is our most impressive project. This is a step up to a new level. These are natural islands. They were created by nature, not man-made islands. This kind of archipelago already exists. It's the first line with direct access to the sea. This location is called Al Quwain. It is situated between Dubai and Ras Al Khaimah, exactly in the middle. And it's about 15 to 20 minutes before you reach Marjan Island, which makes it in principle very accessible in terms of transportation. In other words, very convenient. This is a complete exclusive. It's a joint project between the Sheikh and the developer Sobha Realty. There will be villas here, premium and low-rise residences and houses with apartments. All of this will be located on these kinds of islands. Take a look, it really looks like the Maldives. It's untouched nature. At the same time, there will be high-end level infrastructure here. That is, the developer is of course investing huge amounts of money and resources into the infrastructure. The infrastructure will be such that there will be yacht clubs, helipads, air taxis, and a golf club here. There will be plenty of premium retail up to and including shopping malls. All of this will of course be done at an absolutely top-notch level. It will be a truly massive community complex covering 16 million square feet, all from a single developer. Completion is scheduled for December 2027. And of course, there is simply nothing comparable to this project at the moment. The code name for this project is Resort, meaning it's a resort. Here, our villas start with 4 bedrooms from 10.5 million dirhams, 5-bedroom villas from 16.5 million dirhams, and 6-bedroom villas from 23 million. All villas have access to the beach, meaning direct access to the water, right on the first line. This is exactly what investors have been waiting for, as well as people who are buying villas for themselves. Of course, everyone wants to be by the sea, right on the first line. Here there will be white sandy beaches and beautiful emerald water. All villas come with pools and everything is already included in the price. The pools are huge, measuring 9.5 by 4.5 meters. Can you imagine having a pool like that in a villa? All kinds of amenities, everything you can think of will be here. There will also be commercial spaces and kindergartens here. And basically the location of this complex is just 40 to 45 minutes from Dubai. It's much closer than Ras Al Khaimah, and it's 15 minutes before Marjan, as we mentioned. So basically, I'm sure you won't even need to leave this complex at all. But even if you do want to go out somewhere to relax or take a walk, you have Dubai, Marjan, and Ras Al Khaimah right there. It's a very convenient location with lots of greenery. And of course, the atmosphere here is, let's say, I always make this comparison. Everyone in Dubai really loves beach clubs. Yeah, you come in, they feed you there. There's music playing, everything is very aesthetic and beautiful. It's exactly the same here. Basically, it's a huge beach club that Sobha Realty is building as an enormous district. People will come here and have that wow impression. It's just impossible to put into words. You move from one island to another, it's simply some kind of natural wonder. I can't describe it any other way. The first phase is 196 villas. These are 4s, 5s, and 6s that have already been launched. We're now expecting the launch of the apartments. These are low-rise buildings, somewhere around there, with a maximum of 6 to 8 floors. There will be 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom units. All of them are also along the water, along the promenades, with their own podiums, pools, and amenities. So we're waiting for them to announce the prices. So make sure to reserve your spot in time. Make sure to choose the very best option for yourself. Completion is scheduled for December 2027. Again, let me repeat, everything is being done by a single developer. There are no third-party developers here. This is a huge complex, essentially a city, where everything you need will be available. And of course, this Sobha means premium quality.